recording because it looks like we're streaming.
Yeah, you remember. I was looking for that sign.
You should just put it on my. Let's put this on my PC, or the PC that I sit at. I guess it's technically not mine. I can't take it home with me. Hello, Internet. Welcome to episode 7 of Bourbon Zeppelins. I'm David Hughes. That man drinking coffee over there is Jeremy Younger. Say hi, Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy Younger.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I did it.
Wow. I'm sad by that.
Me too. Little,
all right.
Just a little.
So we've sort of been chit-chatting about work, and I've been yammering for a bit. Pam likes our video. Hi, Pam. You found us.
Live this time?
Yeah. She had posted earlier on the page on Facebook.com/Bourbon Zeppelins that she'd figured out how to get a reminder for the live stream, which is good. You should tell us all how to do that because I couldn't even tell someone how to do that. If you want to comment on the video, I believe Jeremy is tracking the comments on the video.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I am.
Okay, good.
I'm there.
So we've got a fair amount to talk about today. We're going to try to keep this. It's not only us that are complaining about this being too long sometimes, Jeremy.
Other people don't like it either.
Yeah. Well,
we don't like
the first time we went long. Well, not the first time we went long, but I think it was episode 4 ran over 2 hours. The wife not too keen on that. She wanted to go to bed before we were done. And then this last week, when we got ourselves down to one topic to talk about,
and it still went
over 2 hours.
Over 2 hours.
And Pam, who's our number one fan, Pam, the number one fan, also mentioned that maybe kind of a bit on the long side. So maybe we should stop talking.
Now?
Nah, probably now. We should just call it here.
And that was a great episode.
Anyways, I should probably say hi to my wife. Hi, honey. Happy anniversary. It's our wedding anniversary today. So she let me come out and play today. I'm celebrating the way every married man celebrates his 9th wedding anniversary by eating candy. And earlier I had a Donair poutine.
From Brewhouse?
No, from Primetime Donair.
Primetime Donair has poutine?
Yes.
Yeah.
They have donair, and it is awesome. They use
little
crinkle cut fries.
Of course.
And, gravy. Now, they don't use cheese curds, which is the only real sort of downside to this. It is shredded matzah.
Which makes it no longer poutine.
Technically not poutine, but they do put, they shave off the mystery meat, stick it on top, and then you can pick a sauce. I always put hot sauce on mine.
On hot sauce on poutine?
On Donair poutine.
Oh, just Donair poutine.
Yeah. On regular poutine, I don't put anything on it because it's perfect.
Just the way it is.
Yeah. But I remember in high school, people would always have fries and gravy, then you'd meet people who would mix ketchup in.
That's me.
Oh.
It's
You're the
so
worst kind of person. No, it's not good. That's gross.
So
You just wrecked a bunch of gravy.
No. It's like salt and sweet.
Salt and salt?
Sweet and salty.
Yeah, that's gross too. You probably like kettle corn, right?
I do. Although it's kettle corn's good, but not amazing. It's not like gravy and ketchup.
Yeah, nothing is.
Good. I know. My wife doesn't enjoy. See, at this point, it's like a defensive mechanism because as soon as I put ketchup on my fries and gravy, no one else touches it. Leaves me alone.
Yeah, they should. Forever, probably.
Forever. Stop.
There's two comments on our video. Jeremy's not keeping track of the comments here. I'm not even trying to track the comments. I noticed there was 2 comments.
Pam says happy anniversary.
Yes, I see that. I can read them. Thanks, Pam. I'm literally looking. I'm just giving you crap for not doing the one job that you have. Well,
I assume,
one of 2. I guess talking's 1 too.
Talking's 1 too?
Talking is 1 also.
Also. Gotcha.
Also, it is 1. Anything besides ketchup and gravy? Anything new with you? I guess that's not new with you. Anything old with you?
That's good and old. No, same old. Trying to keep the world from blowing up.
All right. Well, speaking of, we might as well
blowing up,
get into things. This week in gun violence. One of these days, we're gonna get some theme music, something really upbeat for this.
Something upbeat.
Like the Benny
For the-
Hill theme or something.
Ridiculous.
Some yakety sax. So we almost made it a week. So close. So close. Yesterday, there was a shooting in Rancho Tehama,
2 days ago.
California.
It was Monday morning.
Was
We're
it
Wednesday
Monday?
now.
I think it was Tuesday.
Because Monday was a holiday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So 2 days ago, there was a shooting in Rancho Tehama. A guy ran around, killed his wife, and then went driving around to schools to shoot people. I think I got that basically right.
Yeah.
No kids died, so I mean that's always a bonus.
Elementary school kids got shot, though.
Yes, there was. I
Which-
was reading an article where they were talking about a 5-year-old who'd been shot 2 times and survived. You know, kids are made of
Well-
rubber, they say.
That's horrible.
Oh.
I really don't like the elementary school shooting. Like those.
Well, you
Those
think
kids-
those kids have a life that's somehow more important than a doctor?
Yeah. No, they've got more life left than a doctor does.
So that's your. We were talking about.
It's a metric.
We
I'm
were
not
we were
saying that
talking
it's the metric, and I'm
philosophical
not saying-
problems
yeah.
last week. We can do that every week if you want. I can find.
We'll just
you-
keep.
We can do the what is it? The one that I had to do in school. There was the the transplant list. So you're like on the board to decide who gets transplants. So you have like 1 heart and like 5 people who gets the heart. All right.
Who's the most attractive?
Depends.
No, that doesn't depend. There's a definitive answer about who is the most
It
attractive.
depends what you're into.
What you should be into. Attractive people.
Attractive people.
Anyway,
I'm just saying. There's
Yeah.
somebody out there for everybody.
there is somebody. out there
Everybody's
for
got somebody, regardless of how objectively unattractive they might be.
it. Objectively unattractive. That's the.
Yeah, so I think we've
So-
downplayed this enough.
Yeah. Another week, another shooting. It's the way
So
it
I guess
goes.
this guy was literally stopped by a good guy with a gun, a cop with a gun, and cops are supposed to be
See,
good guys.
Yeah, cops are usually good guys.
Yeah.
and
They're supposed to be good guys. That's how I describe it.
Yeah, and I'll clarify my bringing the whole good guy with the gun thing up from last week is I think that the good guy with the gun should be someone who's law enforcement of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
That's the good guy that should be stopping the bad guy with the gun, not random citizens. That's not the ideal circumstance in any way, shape, or form. Because again, last week it could very well have been the guy that came running out and decided to start shooting at the guy who was the shooter in this case.
Yeah.
What if that was the guy that was outside the church trying to stop the shooter inside the church?
Yeah.
Right? I
Or
mean,
that guy
so
just
many
missed,
things,
right?
so many things could go so badly, so fast on that. So anyway, yeah. So more shootings,
Good. We don't need to. We always talk about this week in gun violence. We never mean to dwell on it, so we're not going to this
No.
week. We're going to switch things
Just
up.
our quiet protest to point out that it's still happening.
That every week there's a shooting to talk about, and that is sad. We should all be sad about that.
We're not happy about it.
All right. So,
But people making people happy,
ooh, not really.
people getting happy,
Yeah, well, some people getting happy. Whoops, and other people getting harassed or raped or worse.
so 1 out of 2 people being happy.
I guess. Well, no, because it could be like in the case of Weinstein, like 1 out of 9 or something, right? Or 1 out of 100. I don't really know what his
in
numbers
every
are up to.
interaction, 1 out of 2 people involved in that interaction.
So Louis C.K. Masturbated in front of like a comedy duo, so that's like 1 in 3.
1 in 3. Okay,
Which is
fractions.
and his case is actually of all the ones that there are to talk about. So okay, I guess we should mention what we're talking about in case you haven't been paying attention. Harvey Weinstein a couple weeks ago was accused of. Let me get the actual thing up here.
Multiple
Accusation, raping 3 women, sexual assault, harassment of dozens of others, including masturbating, exposing himself, and unwelcome touching. Also, if you have kids, heads up. This is going to be a lot of sex talk, probably. Oh, and it's kind of too late for that.
Not going to be much else.
So that was back on, I said a couple weeks ago, that was back on October 5th. Since then, I'm just looking at like a list here compiled by the New York Times. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28 other dudes since October 5th. And this is not an exhaustive list. I actually know that this is not an exhaustive list. Terry Crews just accused, actually named the guy that groped him. He pressed charges a couple days ago, so that guy should be on here, and he's not, I don't think.
No, he's not. Is Rat Pack guy on here?
I don't know who that is.
Kevin, I don't know. Hang on.
Like Brett Ratner? Is that who you mean by Rat Pack?
Yes, I think Kevin Ratner.
Yeah, Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Sure. Yes, he's on the list.
Okay. So, right. So anyway, not exhaustive list here of
no. There's
people.
There's definitely a couple people missing.
Does it feel a little bit like it's just in vogue to accuse people of sexual harassment now, or is this like the floodgates breaking and now people are just going to, like, the truth is going to wash over?
I'd say it's floodgates and strength in numbers.
Okay.
Like it's.
Is this McCarthyism? Yeah, McCarthy-esque in witch hunty stuff, and are innocent guys going to be caught up in false accusations?
Potentially. I don't think it's McCarthy-esque in that I don't think there's like a political reason to be doing this necessarily.
Are we talking about Roy Moore today?
I mean, that's a different... We can if you want, because that's a
whole ball of crazy.
That's, yeah. I was reading, like people are like questioning the timing of all these people, not all these people, but of the women that accused Roy Moore, and there's been, I think, 5 now, one of whom actually accused him of attempted rape as opposed to just like harassment or whatever it was he was being charged with before. And have you seen the backlash to who was it? Who's complaining? Who's breaking their coffee makers?
The Keurig coffee makers.
Yeah. And that was because they'd pulled their advertising from Hannity?
Sean Hannity. That's right.
What did he say?
What did he say that caused?
Yeah.
How did this? I don't know, but you better get that.
Pam's
voting for floodgates. Let's get some actual facts on this show finally.
What did he say? This has to be on here somewhere. Why is this not on his Wikipedia page?
Yeah, Pam's commenting that these are going to be floodgates, just like when people started accusing the Catholic Church of harboring pedophiles. I feel like this is going to be more, in terms of numbers.
Yeah.
More. I mean, there's more movie stars than there are priests, I think.
I don't think that's true.
Quick. Are there more movie stars or
go to
priests?
Wolfram Alpha will tell you for sure.
Wolfram Alpha. This is not the kind of search results I was expecting from Google. List of American Catholics. Wikipedia has a complete list of all the Catholics in.
Wait, who is... Oh, okay. So it is... Okay, I had this right in my head. I just wanted to double check because it was starting to sound wrong to me. So basically, Hannity described one of the acts that Roy Moore was accused of with a 14-year-old as consensual. And Keurig was like, no, you can't have consensual sex with a 14-year-old, at least not legally in Alabama. which is where it took place.
Right.
And so they pulled their ads from Hannity's show, and conservatives lost their minds, at least the ones that care about that, and then started destroying their Keurig coffee machines. And this is exactly before the show we were talking about the EA Star Wars Battlefront, and we were sort of like, so there's like this whole thing where gamers are complaining that with the new game that's coming out, you don't get all the main characters unlocked. You have to unlock them. And someone did an experiment, and it was going to cost like $2,000 in loot crates to get enough whatevers to unlock. And I was like, oh, we should just boycott it. But I was like, you're just going to wind up.
Right.
EA's already got your money.
EA's already got your money.
So they, it won't matter. Same thing here. Like, you just bought a Keurig. Well, you didn't just buy a Keurig, but
True.
At some point you bought a Keurig.
They've got their money,
and now
you
destroying
don't have it. Now, because I was thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, if you're destroying the Keurig, you're destroying the reason to ever buy any more K-Cups, which probably is more of their revenue than the actual machines themselves.
Probably.
And it had the desired effect. I mean, you can't argue that it didn't have the desired effect, because Keurig reinstated and backed out of their whole advertising thingy.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Like, real quick.
Oh, that's dumb of them.
You think?
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure.
I would like for a company to actually take a moral stand and stand there.
True. I would.
I would actually,
the very
now,
surface level
personally,
reports.
I would be willing to boycott them now for being so weak-willed. I'm not even making that up.
You did this wrong. Oh, you backed out. Okay, well, now you're just a wussy.
Yeah.
Well,
First of all, I don't think that what they did was wrong. I was good for them for, taking someone to task and saying, look, we're not going to put an ad buy on your show anymore because you're an idiot who says disgusting things.
Did he actually, though?
He described.
Did he actually, though? Because what the references, and again, it's surface level and it's not in depth and it's certainly not fact checked. But the reports that I'm hearing were that the media sort of just took some ideas out of context and ran with it and painted a picture that wasn't really accurate about.
I can read you an actual quote.
Okay.
So he's talking to his co-host. Let me get the name right. Speaking to.
By the way, Andrew says there's way more priests than movie stars.
Oh, okay. That sounds right.
It probably is. Yeah.
Like, there's not that many movie stars. There's lots of people who want to be movie stars.
There's lots of people who want to be. No, there's lots of people who are priests.
Yes. So he's talking to Linda McLaughlin. So I'm just going to read the end of this exchange where it sort of comes down. So Hannity is saying, how do you possibly know the truth except, okay, so the two other girls were older in this case. He was apparently like 32 and he dated, one girl was 18, one girl was 17. They never said he did. There was no there was kissing involved. And then they're saying this one encounter with a 14-year-old, McLaughlin interjects, and it was consensual. And Hannity says, and consensual, that's true. And I don't know how you find out the truth. So McLaughlin and Hannity both are saying there, based on this reading anyway, that the encounter with the 14-year-old was consensual.
The alleged encounter with the 14-year-old.
Right.
Right. And is that has it been established that, I mean, let's
say it's a made up 14-year-old. Could it have been a consensual sexual encounter with a 32-year-old in a state in a state where the age of consent is 16, I believe.
I think it is, yeah. Right. So
right. So whether it happened or not.
So the point of the matter is that Hannity's saying that if this happened, it was consensual, so it's okay?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, and that's obviously, a garbage thing to say.
So Keurig, I believe, was right in pulling their ad buy. And there was Keurig and someone else. I can't remember who the other company was. But I know Keurig pulled their ad buy, obviously, because it sort of blew up. And I think they were right in doing that. And hearing that they have decided to, put their ad money back behind Hannity just because a bunch of people threw tantrums.
think that's the case.
Should we Google it?
we should get on with that.
I didn't see. Normally we would. I say normally we would pre-Google stuff. That's a total fabrication. We would never do
We would
any
never fact check
level
stuff before we start
of preparation
That's why
whatsoever. We're trying to be a little more fact checky, but now we don't know
we
what.
just do it on the fly.
We don't know what to fact check until we say it. Wait,
Yeah.
was that true or was that a lie?
Am I? Well,
Now I'm
and
typing
at least-
fact check.
And the thing is, and I stand by this. At least we will second guess ourselves.
Yeah, we will.
Like we won't stand by something that we think of like doggedly to the death.
God, everything I get is from like 2 or 3 days ago.
Pam rightly points out 14-year-olds can't give consent. So there's no such thing as a consensual encounter with a 14-year-old.
Right. Well, so from a legal standpoint, there's. I can't believe I'm saying this. We're going to lose our ad buys.
Our sponsors are going away.
In Alberta, technically we have a 14-year-old age of consent. But
What?
Yeah, let me finish. There's also I think it's like a 2-year gap. So if you're 14, you can consent, but the person you're having you can
consent to
a 16-year-old, but not a 17-year-old. I believe how it works. I think it's a 2-year gap as a 14-year-old.
Fact check that.
But the age of consent in Alberta, I believe, is actually 14.
That's crazy talk.
Not
anyway,
my network. Alberta, age of consent.
Let's steer this back around. So I'm doing a little bit of conversation steering here.
Oh, I might be wrong.
So Roy Moore, after all the sexual assault allegations,
Sorry.
we've got facts.
Yeah, I got facts about Alberta.
This just in.
Are there exceptions to the law? What if I'm 14 or 15 and thinking of having sex? According to the law, a 14 or 15-year-old can consent to sex if the partner is less than 5 years older and not in a position of authority. So if you're 14, you can sleep with a 19-year-old who's not your boss or, whatever, in a position of authority.
Coach,
Yeah,
teacher.
whatever. Yeah.
Position of authority.
If you're so that 2-year
Not
gap,
under my roof.
that 2-year gap I was talking about, that's if they're 12 or 13. So if you're 12 or 13, you can consent to someone who's 14 or 15. And I believe that's just, like, should a 14-year-old have sex with a 13-year-old, then that 14-year-old is not labeled as a sex offender for the rest of their life.
Well, if they're both under the age of consent.
Well, the next line is children younger than 12 years old cannot consent to any type of sexual activity. So there's no they don't seem to make that distinction on the thing that I'm reading. Which is
We got to stop reading that
from
thing,
my
'cause
health.
This is getting a little
It's
bit...
myhealth.alberta.ca if anyone wants to poke around there. So
because that's some light casual reading.
yeah, in case you were
Anyway.
wondering, like, hey, can I legally have sex with this
Hey,
person?
you can just
Also, that's also like a really good reason to maybe not have sex with somebody. If you have to like ask the question, wait, am I technically breaking the law doing this? Maybe the answer should just be, yeah, probably, and move on.
So
We can use a little bit of common sense here.
No, that's crazy talk. You know what's not common sense? You know what doesn't make sense to me at all? After all of these ridiculous allegations, not ridiculous in that they're being made, but the substance of these allegations are amazing against Ray Moore here. Mm-hmm. He's
Right.
surging ahead in the polls.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's one thing Trump proved, it's conservatives love sexual harassers.
Apparently, this is just stupid. Well, okay, so the rationale that I've heard about it is that conservatives there are saying that this is a media attack on Ray.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at
And
the timing.
Look at it. This is just a hit job.
Yeah.
We hate the news. We hate these news organizations, so we're going to support this guy. I'm like, what? These are credible allegations. I don't care when they happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just because the timing is advantageous, and we're going to bring this back around to the Russians too. Just because the timing is advantageous doesn't mean that the information should be dismissed.
Right.
Right? Just because it so happens to come out that Hillary actually did completely commit ridiculous felonies with her email, just because that comes out right before the election doesn't mean it should be ignored. Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's neither here nor there today. Neither here nor there today. We're getting a large group of people who in Hollywood there that are all getting exposed as having sexually harassed people. I don't think this is going to be a short list.
No.
I think there are going to be a lot of people burning for this. I think that's probably not a bad thing.
Yeah, like I'm not surprised by this. Like I'm surprised. No. I'm surprised more that it took this long. Like I think even as a kid, I don't know how young I would have been, but had you mentioned a casting couch to me, I would have known what that meant when I was much younger, like before I was an adult. Right? Like I knew what that phrase meant when I was younger. And I feel like there would have had to be something to that. Like everyone knows, like you want a part in a movie, sleep with the producer, right? Like that's always the thing. In the world of comedy, that was always the joke, like, you're a female comic, the joke was you better make sure you're sleeping with the headliners, and not the opening acts. That sort of thing.
Sure.
And there, and I'm not saying that's right. I'm just saying that's, everyone sort of knows that these things are happening, right? And
I have a friend who coined a phrase, there's always a nugget of truth in every loaf of lies.
Yeah. I mean, it's based on...
Sorry, a grain of truth in every loaf. That makes more sense.
That makes
grain
more
of truth
sense.
in every loaf of lies. And yeah, the stereotypes come from somewhere. Rumors are prevalent because there's often something somewhere to them.
When there's
big or
where
small,
there's smoke, there's fire, right? They say. Where
there's smoke, there's fire, and we're going to be smoking a lot more in Alberta next summer. That's a topic for another day. Mm-hmm. My favorite story out of the whole sexual harassment.
Okay, I wasn't expecting you to say that.
is good. I don't know if you've heard this. Gal Gadot has announced that she will not sign on to the sequel to Wonder Woman.
This isn't true.
Tell me, no.
It's not true.
Don't ruin it for me.
Okay, sorry, it's totally true, and I never saw a quote from Gal Gadot saying that she never said that.
Why do we have to fact check the good stories?
Yeah, so for a while, what Jeremy's talking about is someone had reported that Gal Gadot said that she wouldn't do Wonder Woman 2 if Brett Ratner was involved. And she never actually said that. But it was,
Hey! How credible is The Verge?
They're pretty credible.
Well, there you go. Gal Gadot confirms Brett Ratner won't be involved with Wonder Woman 2.
Yeah, but she also, I think she says in the same story that she never said that it was up to her. She never made a demand.
Okay, that just softens my favorite story. The point is...
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's not going to be part of that because he was like a producer or something on it, right?
The point of the matter is that there are significant economic ramifications for the horrific behavior that people have been partaking in over the last number of years.
So this actually brings me to my big question about this. And this is sort of my one problem I have with this whole thing is that people are getting fired just because allegations and accusations are happening.
Which goes back to
And I'm not saying that these things aren't happening, but I mean, from a legal standpoint, in the States and in Canada, we have this thing where you are innocent until proven guilty. And we have, I get that there's a lot of this, like, obviously I'm aware that this stuff happens, but I also believe that there's a process in place to handle this sort of thing. And I get guys stepping down. I could see people being suspended or whatever, while the investigation is happening. But just flat out firing someone for being accused of a crime is kind of, as horrific as the crime is, I don't think that's the right way to handle it. Because, and this goes back to sort of what you asked earlier, are we going to see a rash of people doing like false accusations?
Yeah.
Like once we established a pattern where we accuse somebody of a sexual assault and then they lose their job immediately, this does open the door up for abuse in that scenario. I have a friend who I'm not going to name. I'm not going to say how I know him, but I have a friend who has a really messed up ex, and I know.
Hang on, is this me?
No.
Okay.
You don't. I'm literally not going to
Fair
say
enough.
who it is. I know that she has accused him of sexual impropriety with their kid. They're going through a really bad divorce. It's really terrible. I know she's called his place of work to tell them this. I know she's called his place of work to tell them that he does like hard drugs at work and just like recreationally. Like I know that this happens, right? So
Yeah.
given that I know my buddy and I know I'll say I'm 100% sure that he never touched his kid inappropriately. Plus or minus 0. I'm gonna say he definitely didn't do that.
Yeah.
An accusation like that, I mean, can just ruin somebody before all this happened.
Yeah.
In all honesty, and he's just lucky he works with people who are understanding of his situation. And but so that's my only real problem with this is I'm seeing all these people. So if you look at the article, which I had posted on bourbonandzeppelins.com, maybe you want to post this in the comment section.
Which part?
Just the article, the New York Times one that do you not have that open?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this has the whole big list. You can see this has like the person, the accusation, the fallout, and the response. So basically it says, what they're accused of, whether they resigned or fired or suspended. Like some people were just suspended. And I think that's probably the right way to go right now. And then whether or not they basically admit to it or deny the allegations. So for the people who have, I should also clarify where the cases where people have been like, yeah, sorry, that was me. Yeah, those people should face real consequences for that. But the people who are denying it, maybe firing them isn't the right answer.
So have they actually formed like a special task force in LA to handle all of these accusations?
Nah, not as far as I know.
I saw a news.
I mean, maybe they did, but
yeah, I saw it.
Sorry, I didn't mean that to sound sort of matter of fact or anything. Just not as far as I know.
Yeah, fair enough. I saw a headline somewhere, and again, as we don't fact check anything, I'll just say I saw a headline. It may or may not be true.
That's fair.
Also, yeah, Andrew points out it's Roy Moore, not Ray Moore.
Yeah, I sort of corrected you quietly, but you just kept going with it.
You got to correct me like out loud in a.
No, I don't want it. I don't want people to think that we fight all the time.
Just in private.
That's why I wear long sleeve shirts so no one can see my bruises.
So, and with this accusation stuff, you can easily see a situation where someone doesn't get cast for a part, and in retaliation they accuse sexual impropriety. It's because I didn't sleep with him that I didn't get the part. No, it's because you're a bad actor.
Well, I mean, something like that could happen. Like the other side of this coin. This is based on a blog post I read from a comedian who she was talking about being like a female comic, and she was saying like how many. So the rumors about Louis C.K. have sort of been around for a long time. Like if you're a comic, you've probably heard these, heard that he does this sort of thing. And so she was sort of asking the question, like he was the head writer on a TV show for the life of me, I can't think of what it
Who
is.
Louis C.K. was?
Yeah. I can't remember what show it was, but he was the head writer for it. And all the other writers on the show were also dudes. And they were all really funny. But she asked the question, like, how many really funny female writers didn't bother to apply because they didn't want to deal with Louis and the stuff that he did. Right? So, I mean, yeah, there's a danger that you're going to have people cry sexual harassment. But there's also, like, I mean, obviously the real crime of rape and sexual abuse and sexual harassment. And then just on top of that, knowing, I know a lot of female comedians who all sort of seem to share that same attitude. Like, they won't go to certain shows because so-and-so's on the show, or a certain guy runs a room. They don't want to work with that guy because either they've had a problem with them or they just know someone who has, right? So, I mean, just on top of the whole sexual misconduct issue, there's, these women are losing opportunities, like financial opportunities and career opportunities, just because they don't want to be around this guy, and in Louis' case, it was kind of I have to believe, because the rumors spread so far and wide in the comedy community, that his, close circle of friends must have known, that this was like a real thing that was happening. And, no one says anything because he's hiring people to write on shows. Right, and that's just like one example. I mean, producers are sort of in the same position, right? Like, how many actresses would turn down a job because they didn't want to work with Brett Ratner,
Right.
Almost Gal Gadot.
Almost.
Almost, but not quite. But yeah, like, lots of things happen like that. Like, actors. Bijou Phillips actually got accused today by...
Who's Bijou Phillips?
She's an actress. Or an actor. I don't know can you say actress anymore? I guess you don't.
They're all actors.
Well, I can't remember who she got accused by, but it was one of her... I don't know if you ever watched the movie Bully. Do you know that movie? With...
Time to pull up IMDb.
Oh, I can't think of anybody's name today. But she was in it. And it's a story about a bully, not surprisingly.
So it's not just a clever name.
No.
Okay.
And one of her co-stars, Daniel I don't know how to say his name, Francese, I think, or Francaise, has accused her of harassing him. I don't know if it was necessarily, it wasn't like sexual harassment necessarily, but he was sort of like a heavyset homosexual guy, and so she was making like gay slurs and calling him fat and making him feel bad and, like, bullying him.
Yeah.
In a very classical sense on the cast of the movie called Bully, about bullies, of all things. But I guess she's apologized to him. But that was sort of like one of the more recent stories I'd heard about today in terms of that. And Terry Crews actually named his attacker, harasser, his groper. Yeah. And one thing I'd like to point out is, like, people who are questioning the timing of the Roy Moore accusers and stuff like that. I don't think I've heard anybody question Terry Crews.
I don't think you'd want to question Terry Crews.
Well, you know what I mean, though, right? Like, that's like
a
that's a whole other aspect on this story, right?
Is there a politically timed aspect of Terry Crews's?
Well, no, like, I guess not. But I mean, it sort of comes. I believe if Terry Crews was like, Roy Moore groped me, and he sort of did it in the same sort of manner that he has handled this one.
Right.
I don't know that the attack would necessarily be.
Oh, I see. Just dismissed as openly. No.
I mean, part of the weight here. Like, I think one of the reasons this is sort of happening and being as effective as it is that a lot of the people that are making these accusations are, not in the case of Roy Moore, but with the Hollywood set, they tend to be more famous people. Like, we're getting actresses
and
like
we
Rose
just
McGowan.
By default believe famous people.
Well, yeah, because we like them better than normal people. society thinks that they're better than the
Well,
rest
they are
of us.
better people over there.
Yeah.
That's why they're famous.
That's
if they
why
weren't
they're
better,
famous, 'cause they're
they
better.
wouldn't be famous.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something along those lines.
Anyway, yeah, I absolutely agree. There's a danger to summarily punishing people who are accused of anything, really.
Yeah, my point is all of these people should be charged with crimes and tried.
Due process?
And due process. Yeah.
Duly processed?
Yeah, I'm fine. Like I say, I'm totally fine with their employers, like for those who are like employed by a company, suspending them.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense. Or if they want to resign or step down, that's fine too. I can totally understand if you work on more of a contract basis, like you work project to project. Mm-hmm. I can totally get people not hiring you for projects
For new
until
projects,
this clears up.
Yep.
That's
So Kevin Spacey's complete blackout by Netflix.
yeah.
Do you agree with that or not?
Yeah. Well, he admitted to it, right? Like he owned up to it.
Did he?
He did. He got that guy accused him, and he was like, well, okay, he didn't say I definitely did it, but
That's what
he
I'm saying.
basically said,
If I did something like that, I'm so sorry.
It basically came across as, well, it's sort of, he's like, it sounds like me enough where I believe it. And he's also in a similar situation to Louis C.K., where it's been sort of like a long open secret about Kevin Spacey also. Like not only his sexuality, but his I don't know about his predilection for 14-year-olds, but at least for being like a harasser, and forcing himself on people. Though not all, like I said, I don't always know if it was kids or whatever.
I was listening to a podcast. Oh, it was Christopher Titus's podcast, and they were talking about it, and they mentioned that. Have you seen the movie Baby Driver?
Not yet.
Is it called Baby Driver? Oh,
Yes. Thank
you. It is Baby Driver, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming you're talking about the movie Baby Driver, in which
That's
case...
the one I'm talking
yes.
about, yes. It makes that movie it gives very dark overtones to that movie.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So anyway, go see that, especially now that he's been accused of all of these things. It'll seem like
go watch American Beauty.
Oh, man, I totally didn't even think of that.
Right? That whole movie is trying to bone a 15-year-old, or I think 15.
Something like that. Yeah, but in the end, he decides not to.
Yeah, and she's a girl, so...
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So, no doubt we'll
probably wind up having to talk about this again in the future.
We'll have to talk about this more later.
But, yeah, so that's that.
Yeah. In the meantime...
Let us know what you think in the comments below, whether you're watching this live on Facebook, Pam.
Now we're later.
We have, just looking really quick here. It looks like we have 7 eyeballs on our video currently.
Hopefully
two of them might be us.
That's like 3.5 people.
Yeah. We're down to 6. I said we had 7 people watching, and someone went, oh, God, am I still watching this? And they turned it off.
Get me out of here. They see me.
That's fair. We don't know who's watching. We just know there's a number and a picture of an eyeball. I'm sure you can all see that, too. In fact, I know you can all see that, too. Anyway, so if you have anything you want to say right now, you might as well do it. Facebook.com/Bourbon Zeppelins. You're watching the video, you know.
You know where it is.
If you're watching this afterwards somewhere on YouTube, you should join us every Wednesday, 8 o'clock Mountain Time, on Facebook.com/Bourbon Zeppelins.
Were you going to say Facebook time?
No, I was
8
not.
p.m. Facebook. That's what.
Is that what I said?
My head. No, that's just what I was thinking.
Oh, God. I thought I said that. Also, if you don't want to interact with us on Facebook, then you can't really watch live, unfortunately. But you can follow us on Instagram, instagram.com/Bourbon Zeppelins. We have 2 whole posts there. We haven't posted there since week 2. We have 96 followers, probably 89 of which are from the Middle East. And if you don't want to follow us on Instagram, or you're not from the Middle East, then you can follow us on Twitter. Even if you are from the Middle East, you can follow us on Twitter, twitter.com/BNZ show. There, that was a quick plug. And I should have been...
All the places we can be found. There's a lot of bourbon and things on Instagram.
Well, bourbon's tasty.
It's true. Man, is it ever tasty. And also, gin.
Gin's also good. I got some cool gin for Christmas.
I like the gin.
My early Christmas gift from my
You got
mother-in-law.
Christmas presents already?
Yeah. Well, I was running low on gin this weekend. And if there's one thing my mother-in-law likes to do, it's keep me drunk. So she'd brought a bottle of this small batch gin, and I wish I knew the name of it because it's good, but it's from a small distillery on Vancouver Island. And so she gave it to me early. She's like, "Oh, I might as well get the opportunity to watch you enjoy the Christmas gift that I bought you." So she just gave it to me on. So she just gave it to me on.
Here, drink this.
Monday? Must have been Monday, I think. I was running low on gin on Monday.
Were you working on the particular day in question?
No.
Then it was Monday.
Well, it was probably Monday. It
Had
might
to
have been.
have been
Well, it might have
Monday.
been Sunday, but I think it was.
Oh.
No, it must have been Monday. Monday sounds righter.
All right.
Okay.
Today in tech.
Tech news: Amazon Echo is coming to Canada after 2 years in the States, which is good. Is it 2
Right.
years?
Get it right.
2 iterations, right?
Beta tested on
The
suckers
Americans
down there.
Yep.
And bring it to us when we've got it working properly.
So for those of you who don't know what the Amazon Echo is, what is it, Jeremy? Explain it to us.
I'm one of the people who doesn't know what it is.
I assumed you knew what this
no,
was.
I have. This is one of the things that I have not been able. Haven't had the time to fully.
OBS just disconnected. It's reconnecting though. Are you watching the stream?
Oh, hey, the stream just went like.
Reconnection successful.
Okay.
We'll take a quick. Okay, so I think we're streaming again, but I'll just wait until Jeremy tells me that we're talking again on the stream.
Are we there?
Are we there?
I don't know.
Are we there?
It doesn't see.
It says reconnection was successful. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God.
You know, if OBS just like cut us off at like 50 minutes.
I should schedule it to do that. That would be good.
Is it still recording?
Yeah, we're recording, and we're still streaming, it says. Oh, yeah, we're moving now. Okay.
Are we?
Well, I just had to refresh the page, so I don't know how this looked for anybody else.
Oh, there's going to be... Okay. So anyway...
So we were talking about Amazon Echo before OBS disconnected. So if you were watching this, we're back up to 7 viewers. Maybe that's why that number dropped before, was because that was way before OBS disconnected. Anyways, we had disconnected briefly. We're back now, so hopefully everyone can hear us and see us. If not, you're gonna have to watch this on YouTube. And I don't know why I'm telling you this, because you can neither
You can't see us now anyway.
hear nor see what I'm
can't
trying
see
to
us,
talk
you can't
about.
see us.
At any rate,
Amazon Echo, what is it? Okay, explain it to me.
it is a voice thing. So it's a device
Voice thing.
It's a voice thing. It's a device you put in the middle of your house, and then you run out of toilet paper. You go, Alexa, buy more toilet paper, and then it goes, okay, and then it contacts Amazon and orders your favorite toilet paper automatically.
Are you talking about like when you're on the toilet?
Yeah.
Then see, because this could be used in conjunction with the Amazon delivery, let the delivery guy in thing.
Yeah, well, you might want it
And then-
faster, so it'll have to be the drone thing. So when Amazon gets their drone delivery figured out.
Drones can't open doors. I need the delivery guy to like bring it to the bathroom for me.
If you have a window in your bathroom, you might be able to get the drone into your window.
That might be gross.
Depends how big the drone is. But
right.
basically, that's what it is.
So
it's a smart device, so you can do like Alexa, what's the age of consent in Alabama? And then Alexa will go.
We'll announce it to you.
We'll announce it to you. It'll be
Okay.
like, I'm pretty sure it's 16.
So okay, so
But if you're
competitors-
asking the question, maybe you should send her home.
is Alexa going to give you the common sense like that too?
No, I doubt it.
Uh,
One day with better machine learning, maybe.
with better machine learning. Competitors to Alexa,
Google Home?
Google Home, Siri.
Yeah.
Does Apple actually have a device that now
I don't know if they do or if
They're
they're
getting
making one.
I know they're
I
gonna
think
be in that market
I
too.
think they announced that they're working on it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Okay.
So they're like this is sort of the hot new market to get into for these tech companies.
Home devices that talk to you.
So yeah, theoretically you can hook these up to smart homes. So you could have Alexa or your device control temperature, lights, that sort of thing.
Right.
So you could just give it a voice command and be like, Alexa, set the temperature to 22 degrees Celsius. I can't do that, Dave. I'm like, open the damn doors. And then
Dave, I want Alexa to say, Dave's not here.
No, man, it's me.
It's Dave. Dave's not here, man.
Yeah, anyways, so that's basically what it is. Or would you buy one of these?
Well, I was good. Like my knee-jerk reaction was going to be no, because they never get these things right away, and they're always useless, and you never use them. And but maybe they've finally gotten it somewhere useful.
I have to find this video, and I meant to look this up earlier so we could post it on the stream, and I could send it to you.
I'm posting the link to the announcement that Amazon's coming to Canada in a big way. Hey.
Yeah. So
All over the place.
what did they just do? They just opened a bunch of stores, I think, or they announced dedicated smart home device stores in Canada. So they're doing that, offering Amazon Prime Music to Canadians finally. 1 million songs available to stream free for Prime members.
Hey, I'm a Prime member.
Well, go get your Amazon Prime Music for Canadians.
1 million songs. I feel like that's not a lot.
It's not. It's probably all techno.
What music can you stream
Okay,
with Prime?
I can't hear this video the way I have my audio set up, but I'm going to Slack it to you, so if you want to listen to it, you can. And then you should post it.
I'm just going to...
Or you can just risk it and post it in our comment stream. I'm fine with that, too.
Let's post that.
'Cause I'm pretty sure this is the right video, because I've seen the video before. But basically, this is an older version of the Amazon Alexa Echo. I was like, what's its actual name? Of the Echo. So what's happening in this video? Because you don't have the sound on. You need the sound for this.
Hang on, can I put the sound on? Oh, there's going to be lots of echoes. Ooh. Okay.
So yeah,
Is
just
the FBI listening to this?
I wasn't able to understand the question.
Hey Alexa, is the CIA listening to this?
and it shuts off.
Hey Alexa, is the CIA listening to this? Hey Alexa,
It totally does.
is the FBI listening to this?
I'm not sure what you meant by that question.
Hey Alexa, is McDonald's listening to this?
Sorry, I can't find the answer to the question I heard.
Hey Alexa, is the CIA listening to this?
So
Okay.
I don't think that this isn't the same. This isn't the same video that I was looking for. There's another one. It's very similar, where, and I don't know if you watched the very beginning. Did you actually watch that
was
from the very beginning?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's another video which I'll see if I can find. But basically, there's a woman who asks, Alexa, can you lie to me? And Alexa says, I always try to tell the truth when I can. And then she asks, Alexa, is the CIA listening to me right now?
Yeah.
And then it just shuts off.
It shuts off.
Yeah. And it's so great. But this is also a pretty good demonstration of it.
So this is interesting because my first reaction is, okay, this is Amazon just like pulling a joke, right?
Maybe it's
like
funny, yeah.
it's a built-in Amazon joke.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like it feels like an who did the War of the Worlds?
H.G. Wells?
H.G. Wells. It feels like an H.G. Wells. Like
No.
we should have learned like not to pull these jokes where
Orson
like
Welles. Orson Welles is who I meant.
H.G. Wells.
He's a writer. I don't think he wrote.
Anyway,
War of the
you know what I'm
Worlds,
talking about, though. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and I'm thinking about the right one, right?
Yep.
Orson Welles did War of the Worlds
On the
and
radio.
It was a radio thing, and people actually freaked out because they thought this was actually happening.
Yes, that's actually also a bit of an urban legend, but
I'm just batting 100 today, aren't I?
1,000 is what you mean.
No,
Also,
I'm betting low. Like I'm
it's
getting,
Roy Moore.
I'm not getting.
Oh,
nothing
okay.
right.
I just
I'm
thought
getting-
you were confused by. I thought you were being hyperbolic and
I'm-
didn't understand how batting averages worked.
Well, 100 is still hyperbolic on how bad I'm doing.
Not really.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that because I feel like Amazon wouldn't actually make a joke like that because people are legitimately going to freak out.
And they sort of should. So, I mean, Samsung, their smart TVs were sending information. They were sending, like, your conversations back to Korea. Like the South Korea, but still.
Samsung or LG?
Oh, maybe it was LG. Whatever, one of them. They're both.
Are they both Korean?
Yeah,
Samsung is too?
I believe so.
Let's fact check this and see if we can bring your batting average down. Samsung.
Yeah, they absolutely are because I think the president of Korea had to, like, step down because he was embroiled in a scandal with the president of Samsung. Or the president of Samsung had to step down. Maybe I'm really way off base on everything here. Well, you fact checked me. Tell me.
It's Korean.
Okay. Then I'm right. This is like a whole big thing. This is why they just had to had a new election, I believe. Just because, yeah, there was like some sort of governmental.
Samsung had a new election?
No. Korea did. But it was due to. Jeez, am I right about this? I might be wrong. So I definitely know that Samsung was involved in a political scandal, and the president of Samsung had to step down. I feel like the president of Korea got wrapped up in this, and they just had a new election
Because of its...
because of that. I could be a
Well,
little
there you
off
have
base
it.
there.
Guys, this may have happened, may not have... If it,
There you
if
go.
tonight's-
That's a vague memory of something I heard on the radio a while ago.
the details of which may or may not be accurate.
It's-
That's why nobody comes here for accurate information.
Super hazy.
Excellent. Okay, so exciting.
Yeah. So you said you were gonna get it, or you weren't gonna get it?
I'm definitely going to investigate it more.
Yeah. Would you want like if so
I tend to
barring
be-
the CIA thing, would you just get a device like this in your house if you weren't like if Android or like Google? I know you're.
I
an
tend to be a
Android
little
guy.
bit more in the Google.
Yeah. Like, would you get the
ecosystem.
Google Home?
I'd like to. I don't see myself using it really.
Yeah.
It's I need to first of all get my headspace in a place where I understand how I'm going to use it, and I'm because
Yeah. I'm not clear on the use cases for myself personally.
yeah. What are we? If I'm trying to think like what?
Like I don't even talk to my phone. Like I don't use Siri. Like
No, I don't use Google Assistant really at all.
how about you, viewers? Do you use voice crap on your
Do you
phone?
trust voice crap that listens to you while you're?
A friend of mine I know uses Siri. I was in the car with her once, and she pulled out her phone and turned on the voice thing. I can't remember what she was going to ask it to do, and I was like, "Hey Siri, phone mom," and it started dialing her mom. It was pretty funny.
That's cool.
Yeah. Okay, so Pam uses Siri. So Pam, you would use this essentially in the same way you would use Siri, right? So you would, if you had a question for it, like something you would normally Google, instead of it taking you to a list of results, it would grab the top result, excuse me, and read it back to you. Like if it was a question about something, right? So
Yeah.
if you were like, hey, what's the population of China? It would look up Wikipedia and go, oh, there's however many billion people in China.
I think we need to get one and play with it and see what we can come up with for useful things.
Oh, Ariana correctly points out that I do talk to the Apple TV remote.
Oh yeah, that.
But I
seems
only
to be
do
now,
it
too.
for I only do it when I'm searching for stuff because typing on that thing is a
What
nightmare.
else do you use the remote for? Searching for.
Well, just like if I'm like, well, like I don't talk to the remote to navigate, But like if I'm like on
left.
if I'm on
down.
YouTube and I'm searching for something on YouTube, I go to the search and then I talk to the remote.
okay,
So
yep.
just so I don't have to type because the interface is terrible. If my phone's next to me, my phone's hooked up and I can actually just type on my phone and it'll type on the Apple TV.
Yep.
I do that a lot too.
Yeah,
So
sure. I would.
sometimes the remote's a little easier though.
I use
That's a good point.
Sonos music players at home.
Right.
So if it was able to control those, and if I was able to,
You went, hey Sonos,
Something
set the
like that,
volume
yeah.
to 47. And it would go
something like that. Where, I think we got to get like in the habit of doing something by voice. That's such a new
I don't like doing it though.
I'm
I'm a very private person. I don't
you
want.
don't like announcing what you're doing.
No.
You just want to do it with your thumbs and.
Yeah, I don't like telling. I don't like telling people, what my dreams and ambitions are, let alone what I'm searching for on Amazon, which is much more personal. Arguably.
Arguably, sure. I want to like. It would be great to actually just like Google around and find all the use cases for this nonsense. Right? Like,
Yeah.
what are people using it for? What could I like? I need to like latch on to one or two use cases, and then maybe I'd be able to expand from
Like
there.
I know there's like people who hack this sort of thing that enjoy it, where they
do what?
Like a chat bot. I think you can do like chat botty type stuff with it.
These are lonely people.
Yeah, these are hackers who buy.
Yeah, sorry.
Hardware.
You already mentioned they're hackers.
Did I not say that?
There are hackers they're lonely people. All right.
So those are tech things. Let us know, viewers. I'm trying to engage our viewers more. Let us know, viewers. Would
Pam
you?
loves the idea.
Yeah, Pam sounds like she might get an Amazon Echo.
I
Watch
think-
the videos, Pam. You might like it.
I think I like
Not
the idea.
not watch our videos, but yes, watch our videos.
Watch our videos.
Go-
And one-
Go use turn on Siri and go, Siri, find me Amazon Echo videos, and then watch all the videos that Siri gets you.
yeah.
I don't even know if that'll work. I suspect it will, though.
Ask Siri to show you all the Amazon Echo videos.
Yeah.
She'll make a sad noise.
Wah, wah.
All right. Kickstarter crystal ball time.
Hold on.
Oh.
Before we do that, it's
Okay.
we're just doing one more quick plug. If you're watching this live right now, thank you. You know what time we're on. Every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain, live,
time.
Facebook.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. If you don't want to watch us on Facebook, you can find us on YouTube by searching for Bourbon and Zeppelins.
And then please
And then subscribe. When we get 100 subscribers, we get a custom URL, and then we can change it to youtube.com/
Those are the days.
something. If you don't want to do either of those things, or even if you do both of those things, you can also join us on Instagram and look at both of our pictures. Instagram.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. Bourbon and Zeppelins actually liked one of my wife's Instagram posts yesterday because I lose track of who I'm logged into as on Instagram sometimes. And if you don't want to follow us on Instagram, you can follow us on twitter.com/BNZ show. And over there, you can look at all the tweets we have that basically announce that we're going to go live.
We're about to go live in
and
an hour.
I didn't even do that today. So
Oh, yeah. I didn't get any tweets today.
no. So, because I forgot to do that. That's on me. Anyways, if you're watching this somewhere that's not on Facebook, facebook.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time. I trust that you were smart enough to figure out how to make that time conversion. You could ask Siri. Siri would tell you. Alexa.
And soon Alexa will be able to...
Amazon Home, or Amazon Echo, excuse me, Google Home, whatever
Google
the
Home.
Apple thing is.
Siri. Yeah.
You could probably just, there was a time where you could phone somebody, like 311, I think locally. It'll cost you $0.25, I think.
Can we get listed on 311?
I don't understand your question. How do you get?
I'm not sure. It's...
How do you get listed on a phone number? Like if you
Isn't
phone 311.
Oh, this is a... No, let's
someone
not go down this
picks
rabbit...
up.
No, okay, never mind. It was a stupid question. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. And I want to get to Kickstarter Crystal Ball.
Oh, we got a new subscriber.
We did.
Jaden Smith. I know Jaden. Hi, Jaden.
Thank you, Jaden. We very much appreciate the subscription.
We're gonna have and Pam's entire family watching this eventually. Oh, sorry. Pam just stole the phone and subscribed her.
Oh, hey, that's
Oh, on our YouTube channel. Oh, that's even better. I was thinking it was our Facebook. I didn't even read the
no.
bottom.
We need our YouTube subscription.
Yeah,
spot
no, I appreciate
so that
that.
we can get our URL. That would
Well,
be great.
we definitely appreciate that.
So that's actually Pam brings up a fantastic strategy.
Yeah, so if-
steal all your family members' phones and subscribe them all to our YouTube channel.
Next time you go to a party, just offer to hold people's phones while they go to the bathroom so they don't get germs all over it. Like someone's like, oh, I gotta go.
Yeah, it's a public service.
Hey, just let me hold on to your phone because,
I'll keep it clean.
phones are really the dirtiest things that you own nowadays. And you stick them
Yeah.
right next to your
Yeah.
face. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. I'm not even
Or
a germ guy.
when you're like putting your contact information in someone else's phone, also just hop over to YouTube and subscribe them to Bourbon and Zeppelins.
Yeah, and you can play that game that people like to play where you go out for dinner and everyone puts their phone in the middle of the table.
Yep.
First one to grab a phone pays the bill. So if you're rich, grab everyone's
phone.
and just immediately subscribe them to our YouTube channel and then give them their phones back and pay the bill. And we would really appreciate that. Especially, well, it wouldn't make sense if we were out for dinner with you because we're already subscribed once or twice.
With every account we have.
Yes. Anyways, it is time for potentially the best part of the show. Like this could be the whole show,
I think
in all
this really
honesty.
It's what
We should have a spin-off that's just this.
just the Kickstarter. Yeah. Anyway, Kickstarter Crystal Ball.
Kickstarter Crystal Ball.
So
I sounded drunk. I could not. Kickstarter Crystal Ball. Kickstarter Crystal Ball. Apples
So,
and bananas. So
going
we've got
all the way back.
yeah.
We've been following for quite a few weeks now.
The
3D, 4D, up to 9D interactive movie theater they want to create. We'll post up the link here. They are still at $0.
I can't believe there's still 12 days to go in this.
I know this is taking forever.
This is the longest time this person's ever had to wait for no money, I bet.
Yeah.
I guess I
So
can show everyone.
quick recap: they want to build the first phase of an interactive movie theater here that will have all kinds of fancy schmancy effects, and all they need is $25,000 to get this first phase off the ground. Which
This is unreasonable.
really they haven't even started planning yet, so I'm not surprised. Anybody who actually reads through it,
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
there was no way this was going to go.
we have to wait 2 whole weeks to see them fail.
Yeah.
It's gonna take forever.
Poor guys. Oh, Jeremy's favorite.
Immersive binoculars.
So, they hit their goal.
They did it. They actually made it.
They wanted 25 grand for a magnifying glass that you put in front of your phone.
Yeah.
They
This,
got there's still 13 hours to go if you want to
13 hours.
jump in on this.
No, I'm not backing this one. Like I say, I sort of understand how it's sort of interesting-ish. Function. Like, I would never actually buy
I
this.
just want to see if anyone did the top reward. No, no one did.
No one.
Oh. No, I lied. 8 people did.
Seriously.
Yeah. Pledged $349 or more.
Good. Googly moogly. And like MSRP on this stuff, $274 for this.
I
And
guess.
okay, go down to the first photo in the about the IQ. I think it's up from there. Yeah, go up.
That one? The one that looks like binoculars? And a hand holding it with a ring?
Hang on, catching up. No,
You
the
can
one
just,
right below
you can
that.
just come, no one can see it, so you can just come over here and point at it. But okay, yeah. So it's got like the guy holding the phone,
Yeah.
someone holding a phone, and someone using
and
the
someone
IQ
using
binoc-
them. So this is instead of this experience, you're going to have that experience, and really, it's almost the exact same experience.
Yeah, they're both dumb. Like
They're both dumb.
these are both poor experiences.
So-
Like, first of all, don't film stuff at events like this.
Live in the moment.
Like, well, not even that. You're never gonna watch this video again.
It's true.
It's not gonna happen.
Well, but it's
like it's different if it's like, okay, if it's like your kid's piano recital, yeah, you're gonna want that on your phone so you can like
But-
show grandma or whoever people on the bus.
Yeah, no, I don't see actually.
Right, but I
using these
mean, no
things.
one goes home and is like, boy, I can't wait to watch this video of this concert or of this basketball game tomorrow.
I agree.
It's just silly.
I agree.
Like
but
the whole concept is
they made their goal.
they did, and I think it was just mainly their Star Wars reference that really helped them out there.
It's true because everyone wants to be in Star Wars, and now they get a chance to be. Not really, but sort of. And
Yeah,
not at all.
and not at all.
All right, moving on.
The Progress
app.
This is one of those things where I kind of want it to. I don't know. I'm sort of torn about this one still. I kind of like it, and I kind of don't like it. Like I like the sentiment of it, but I think it's a bad idea overall. It doesn't matter though, because there's no way this is going to get its money. $365 and 15 days to go. Not going to happen.
Oh, I have to wait 2 whole weeks for this.
Well,
We're gonna have to
3.
wait 3 weeks.
We won't know
to
until
announce that.
3 weeks.
Well,
Yeah,
we can go to Kickstarter through the week too. It's not just Wednesday nights that it's open.
yeah, I know, but
I'm gonna
we
know.
also can't go into the future when you open up Kickstarter. So like we could open it next Wednesday. Oh, like we'll know. Yes.
Yeah, that's.
I see what you're saying.
Anyway, no, they're not gonna make it. So quick recap: the idea is that this is a moderated discussion app.
Pam's grabbing all of her kids' phones
I
right
know.
now and subscribing to YouTube.
This app
Perfect.
is supposed to help people who have opposing viewpoints have productive conversation, which I think that you can't force people to have productive conversation. This is, I don't know.
This is true. I actually had a conversation because you know how I like to go on Twitter and get into arguments with people.
Yeah. New arguments?
Yeah, it's it's kind of dumb. So it wasn't really an argument. So are you familiar with the people sort of making a push to change the name of the Edmonton Eskimos?
Yeah.
Right. So someone had mentioned. So I was just on Twitter, and someone had written because the Edmonton Eskimos have been around since 1949, and it means something to the people of Edmonton. Is why it shouldn't change. Political correctness is the worst thing of society because it never stops. More and more, all the real problems in the world, and we have these effing crybabies to deal with. So I just replied. I'm not even like poking a bear or anything here.
Do you have a dog in this fight here? Like, do you have a
I'm
preference?
for the change.
You're for the change?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it bothers people. Like there are people who find the term offensive, and who cares if we change the name because it's just a sports team. Like,
Okay. Yeah.
like it doesn't matter if if it's the same name or not in terms of history or whatever, but in terms of making people feel comfortable, just change it. I could care less.
Forget the long-standing history. Forget the.
It doesn't matter. It's a football team.
Because it's a football team, it doesn't matter. Okay.
Right.
I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm
that is absolutely
verbalizing
my
the nutshell of your
that is
argument
my
here.
absolute stance
Okay.
here. Anyways,
What was the response?
my reply was I've lived in Edmonton for close to 40 years, and this actually sums up everything.
Yeah.
I'm happy to see the name change. It's just a sports team.
Who could get upset with something like that?
Well, no, the guy replied, but he wasn't upset. So his reply was, they will become the Edmonton Empire. I'm not into minor league football much myself. I don't care either way. I just like the discussion because it's a very divided subject. Healthy debates are what our society lacks these days. So I feel like this guy, I'm tying this back to the Progress app where they want to have discourse. And this guy wants to have discourse. And he thinks the way to have discourse is 280 characters at a time now that it's not 140. There's big tech news for you. Twitter doubled their number of characters, so you can't do it through SMS anymore. Not
For
that
everyone?
anyone ever did. Yeah, I believe so. It was just certain people, but I think they rolled it out.
Hey, I think I've got.
They rolled it out site-wide like this week or last week. This
I've
week,
got
I think.
twice the ability to take off people with Twitter now. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Anyways,
Hey.
and I sort of thought his argument was dumb anyway. Like I just like the discussion because it's a very divided subject. Well, that's, he was he was poking bears, right? Like he was
yeah.
he was not there to have a healthy discussion.
He's not trying to come to
he
a-
was there to aggravate people who don't think political correctness is necessarily a bad thing. He's probably the kind of guy who's like, hey, repost this video of someone hitting a Keurig with a golf club because it makes liberals offended. You know, I bet you he's that kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to make that assumption based on 2 tweets.
It's a thoroughly informed assumption. Mm-hmm, yeah. Mm-hmm. And Pam points out we could keep the same logo if it became Edmonton Empire.
We could. Actually, my mother-in-law is a huge Eskimos fan. She suggested changing it to the green and gold because then you could still keep the EE for green, and the colors are green and gold, and it's like the Ottawa Red Blacks.
Green starts with G.
I get that, but EE is in the middle of the word green if you spell the whole word out, Jeremy.
You can't represent a word with any.
Why not?
Never mind. Okay, fine. I didn't. When this whole that whole discussion came up, I didn't realize Eskimo was an offensive term.
Yeah,
either.
It is to some people. Like, I mean, I wouldn't describe it as offensive. It doesn't offend me, but
yeah,
I'm not the, whatever. There's definitely Inuits who don't like the word. So,
all right. Okay, Kickstarter crystal ball candidate number 4.
There you go.
Yeah. The Shellback smartphone. This guy.
They're getting there.
Uh-huh.
Did we track what they were at last week?
And by the way, I agree with Kendall here. Kendall says, I'm offended that everyone else is offended.
Okay.
I sort of get on that bandwagon.
Why?
I'm not like angrily offended, but it annoys me when people are offended about certain things.
I'm annoyed when people are offended on behalf of other people.
Yeah,
and that's
that would be a perfect example of one thing that like offends me that other people are offended about. Why you're yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, for someone to say, just in this scenario, like as far as I know, this conversation came about years ago, and it was Inuits who were saying that they don't like the word Eskimo. So they started it, and they have people supporting them now. And so that's where this push comes from. So I don't have a problem with people saying the name is offensive, because it is to a certain group of people.
Right.
Now, if someone had come out and it was just like, someone who isn't part of that group, and they just decided that they were going to push to change the name because it could potentially be offensive to somebody, but they've never actually spoken to anybody, or no one had ever said, hey, I'm an Inuit, I don't like the word Eskimo, I would prefer if you guys could change the name. That's a different thing, right?
Okay, but they still have the right to be offended on someone else's behalf if they want to be.
Well, yeah, we all have the right to kind of do whatever we want, right? But
and I can be annoyed about you picking stupid reasons to be offended.
Yeah, but I just don't understand. Like, I mean, I would also ask, like, for someone who's just like, if someone came up to me and was like, I find the word, Eskimo offended, and they had no basis right in this, and I would ask them the same question. Like, anytime someone tells me they're offended by something, I will ask them why they're, unless it's blatantly obvious, right? But I will ask them, like, if I don't know, I will just ask them, why are you offended by? And that's sort of why, and then people say, oh, I'm offended by people who get offended. I just, I don't really understand why.
Well, that's,
I mean, I was going to say, how does it affect your life? But I get that it can affect your life because people try to change things that offend them.
Right.
But, I mean, if it's not depending on what it is, like, I mean, this is the name of a sports team. Who cares? Like, this isn't even a thing worth fighting for in terms of maintaining for heritage or history's sake.
And that's the thing. Is really, at the end of the day, you can feel your feelings.
Yeah.
However you want.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick and choose the things I spend my energy on, and
yeah, and so are they, right?
And so will they, and go from there. So, anyway,
The Shellback smartphone safe.
Regardless of all of that, people who like this are dumb people.
Oh, are you on my side on this?
Didn't we both say that this was a dumb product?
I thought you liked this.
No.
Okay.
No, this is dumb.
Well, we were sort of going through it. I just felt like you were defending it
I
more. Well,
I
more
was
so.
hoping there's actually something to it. Like certainly there's some sort of actual tech to this. So the whole idea of this, quick recap, is for mostly fleet operators, their drivers would have to put their phones into this vault, into this cell phone case, so
Same
that
with the zipper.
they don't drive distracted. They're not on their phone while they're driving, and the phone case will send like a manager or a parent or some authority figure a text that unsafe driving is happening if they pull it out of the case. I gotta think that there's going to be an easy way to get around it. These guys, I don't think these guys have done enough.
Yeah, we were really
testing.
outlining a lot of ways to bypass this last week.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth connected to the case. Great. How does it know that it's in the case? Can I put a cell phone shaped piece of cheese in the case and fool it? I don't.
I feel like a caramel bar would fit in there really good. I mean, leave the
I'm gonna-
wrapper on so it doesn't melt, but
Well, sure.
all over the
If
inside.
you care about the inside of this case,
You might.
maybe.
You might have to give it back to somebody. You might have had to sign it out
They
and sign
now
it back in.
This one's an interesting one to me because they're actually getting they're getting some pledges. They've got almost $8,500.
Yeah. Of their $30,000 goal, and they still got 26 days.
And they
to
still
go.
got almost a month, and they're almost coming up on a third of their goal. So have they reached a market somehow?
Well,
I mean, they've been featured
Safe-
as seen in
Safety-
Diddle Trend's school bus fleet. Oh, if they get school bus operators,
yeah, schools will buy that for sure.
but they need backers on Kickstarter to actually make this fly. I feel like school bus drivers are not going to be supporting this product.
No.
So
Well, school boards would be.
right, so school boards are going to get all their employees to log on to Kickstarter and back.
I don't know. Parents will, safety conscious parents. I'm going to be a little judgmentally biased here.
Good, we don't do enough of that.
Parents that are over safe are gonna, who think everything's too dangerous for their special little person. They're
For
gonna
their special little person.
they're gonna really enjoy this. I think this is the kind of thing where I know we talked about this with another product, but if this got on like a mommy blog, I think this would do well on a mommy blog.
Oh, maybe, yep. And
No.
I feel like the people that will support this are the people who don't understand how easy it'll be to circumvent.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like if you want to circumvent it, you have to actively do something to circumvent it. Probably, like I imagine it's harder than just keeping your phone in your pocket, but no guarantees. Yeah. So again, it sort of depends on the technology here. The other thing is, like, if I was gonna give money to something because distracted driving is a problem, I would sooner give the money. I'd rather give the money to like automated self-driving cars. Excuse me. That's gonna save more lives than this thing is. And I get that I can give $10 to this, and might actually make a difference. And if I give $10 to Tesla or Google, less of a difference. But like I think if you really care about the safety, like road safety, self-driving cars is where you want to put your money.
I agree. Yeah.
And they'll look cooler.
So, yeah, so you think they're going to make it? I forget what we said
don't.
last. You think they're...
I don't know what I said last week either, but I don't think they're going to make it.
We should start putting these on a Kickstarter crystal ball magic board.
Yeah, or like a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet. Although I don't want there to be proof about what, like...
Yeah, maybe we'll... Okay, we can... I'll tell you what, I'll start a spreadsheet now. And then we can start it with this one.
I don't know if
So you can describe this one to people. I will put it up. Oh, hold on. So I was gonna put it up on the screen, except
Hey, we got a new one.
yeah.
Okay, so the new one for today. Let's take a look at
Hold
it.
on, let me quickly make sure that I'm doing everything correct here. Okay, go nuts. Explain it to people.
Dun, dun. Hang on, I'm commenting as the wrong person again.
Stop it.
Stop it. Stop it, computer. Okay.
So this is the Rana computer.
Rana.
Rana, bringing the power of cloud computing to your fingertips.
I have not seen this.
You'll probably want to maybe read the about or something out
Hello,
loud while I'm
Kickstarter
doing stuff.
community. Welcome to Rana Computer. We are here to offer a new approach to how computers work. I feel like that's not going to be true. Okay, let's see.
Yeah,
have you ever
read
been
it.
frustrated with the speed at which your computer runs? Are you tired of having to replace your computer or its internal hardware every 3 or so years? Have you ever been worried about being monitored on your computer? Are you tired of constantly worrying about its security and privacy? Okay. They're going to solve all of these problems. Scroll down to the picture there for us so we can see what's going on with this silly thing.
This how current computers bring a web page to your screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Step 1. How current computers. Okay. Step 1. Your computer requests web page from the web server over the internet. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Step 2, the web server receives the request and sent. This is a really overly simplified.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
The web server receives the request and sends the web page back to your computer over the internet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, so good.
Step 3, your computer receives the web page from the internet and displays it as a picture on the screen. As a picture.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's
okay,
not a picture,
sort of.
but
Hang on.
Sure.
Computer gets back to, and then, okay, so, yeah, that's, okay. Scroll down to me for me, please. How Rana computers bring a web page to your screen.
There you go.
Step 1, Rana server. Server. Requests web page from web server. Web server responds with the web page.
I did not read this chart. This is ridiculous.
I feel like they're combining steps. Rana server
Yeah.
sends a picture of what is on the screen to your computer over the internet.
Yeah. This is actually probably more accurate than their first one.
Okay. The picture of the screen arrives at your computer and it is displayed on the screen. Okay, so internet. I'm gonna take. Okay, right. Okay. Beyond these points, Rana can also do what any other operating system does. I feel like that's maybe not quite true. Okay. You can browse the web, edit text documents, send emails, edit PowerPoint presentations, edit photos. Think of anything that you can do on your laptop. But you can do that with Rana too. Okay. Gaming. How are we gaming on this?
Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the pictures. So I'm just going to stop right now on the one that says a simple yet beautiful desktop. Look at that picture. Do you see it?
The big black screen?
The big gray rectangle. Simple yet beautiful. This looks atrocious.
I want a pretty wallpaper.
I bet you there's problems with that. Because this is a dumb terminal.
Exactly.
This is thin client.
That's exactly what it is. So what are they accomplishing? What do they want to accomplish, and what are they actually accomplishing?
They want to take, so they think, okay, hold on one second here. I'm just going to switch back to us, I think. Okay, so these guys that ran a computer, they see a problem
with having to upgrade computer hardware every couple of years,
Fair.
which is, I suppose an actual issue. That being said, I buy computers. My current desktop is like 5 years old,
At least.
and it's fine.
Word.
I don't have performance issues. I have a refurbished laptop that's probably around the same age. It's fine. I don't have any issues.
And we're in this industry. I might. point
Yeah,
out,
we're
like,
both
we-
computer guys. Now that being said, my computer isn't like my desktop isn't like a real high-end one by any stretch.
Right,
So like,
right.
you couldn't play like the newest game at the highest resolution. That's fair. But
Okay.
for what this guy is doing,
He's not even shooting for that.
no, where it's like, oh, I want to be able to watch videos and surf the web. Having a dumb client, having a thin terminal for web surfing is beyond. It's so dumb. It's so dumb
Tell us how you really feel.
because you're sending a request to a server that is now sending a request to another server, bringing that back to the first server,
Who sends it back to?
who sends it back to you. You've added a step to this.
Yeah.
You still have to render stuff on your terminal. This guy's laptop is still doing things.
Kendall jumped the gun. Kendall pointed out Chromebook.
Yeah.
And
It's not even a good Chromebook. It's a crappy Chromebook.
yeah, that's exactly it. Chromebooks even do this
Better.
better
Yes.
because they don't have the extra step in the
Right.
middle, and they'll do.
They have
they have. I might add the Chrome Web Store
Yeah.
for apps galore that can do. Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know exactly what
Anybody who would benefit from a situation like this, absolutely would do better
Yeah,
with a
you'd-
Chromebook.
Yeah, yeah.
You'd be better off with a Chromebook for sure.
if you were looking at this and you were like, "Oh, this sounds like a solution for me," it's not. Jeremy's right. Get a Chromebook.
If you think this is good, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're just
It's-
subjectively this
now-
is a terrible idea.
I mean, yeah, this
I can code on it.
to back this isn't a good product. It's a very interesting project.
Yeah.
And it's a very interesting idea. I'd love to like put this together if I could, you build something like this would be
would.
come on, you play with some Raspberry Pis that talk through an encrypted SSH tunnel back to a server that you manage that brokers all of the connections and content.
Well, yeah,
That would be a fun project
You do get
to
a
play around
Raspberry
with, right?
Pi with it, which is cool. If you pledge $75 or more.
Hang on, are they actually using Raspberry Pis for this?
At this tier, we
Holy
will
crap,
ship you
they are.
development board Raspberry Pi with our software pre-installed. So yeah, it's just a Raspberry
It is
Pi.
a Raspberry Pi project.
Yeah, and then at $250 they install it into a laptop.
And it'll
So,
be ready to be used.
Just to point things
And-
out, you can buy refurbished Lenovo ThinkPads for about $250.
And that's a full-on, yeah. And you can get brand new Chromebooks for the same price.
Yeah,
So
I'm saying you can get like a Chromebook or a real laptop for about the same price
yeah,
as this. So yeah, like this is a cool project, and I think maybe that's sort of he was like, hey, I wonder if I can do this. And then he did it, and then he was like, cool, maybe I should put this on Kickstarter, because who doesn't want a Raspberry Pi laptop?
well, it's true. And I do want a Raspberry Pi laptop. That's fun to work with, and all the rest. And the thing about it that he's not realizing here is, oh, no, he does have it. I was going to say he's going to have maintenance on his servers to do.
Yeah.
And there's constantly going to be upgrading that he has to do on the server infrastructure. But this whole thing is a subscription thing, $20 a month.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I see that now. Okay.
You have to pay $20. So now my Chromebook that is
Okay,
free $99 every month.
this question is bananas. How fast is the internet on Rana? Did you read the answer to that? Regardless of what your home internet speed is, we are confident in you will experience internet speeds up to 250 megabytes per second. Now
Megabytes per second, not megabits per second.
that's a capital B. That's a byte. That's 8 bits for those of you who don't do computer math.
Don't. And I appreciate that he actually says, no, that's pretty fast.
That is
That
very
that is
fast.
very fast, and I can tell you right now, it's. Okay.
It's very dependent on what your home internet speed is.
It's very dependent.
Especially in the States. Like, they have worse internet connection speeds
Yeah,
than
they
we
don't
do.
have as good infrastructure as we do, but that's okay.
And we have, like, third world internet speeds. So Canada has, like, third world internet speeds.
We do?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Okay.
We're slow and expensive.
We're definitely expensive. Yeah, so will I lose data if I switch?
No, because they're going to migrate all your data for you. So I guess what do? I ship them my computer? I mean, presumably I have to install something.
Well,
Or
you
just
can
connect to their server and click a button and it just sucks all the data off my PC.
yeah, auto-magically.
This guy's high.
He might be. Hey, just say no to drugs.
Yeah.
Anyway, very interesting project. I don't think the whole thing is flushed out very well. I don't think he's going to make his 20,000 because I think as soon as people see that $20 a month, we're gonna crash and burn on that idea there.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. That's really dumb.
That I have to pay every month to.
Like, I was just debating, like, I was just having a conversation with you about, like, paying a website a subscription fee
Yeah.
to, like, learn how to do something useful and not just have an internet connection to, like, I'm going to have to pay for my internet connection plus pay just to access a server just so I can surf the web.
Surf the web.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus, you have to pay for the hardware to surf the web on,
Yeah.
which you do anyway.
Yeah. Like, this guy has bold dreams for
Hey,
what people are, I mean, right?
dream big.
Good for this guy.
Dream big. Fail fast. Fail often. This
So
will help him
if
do
you
that.
pledge $10 or more, you get Rana for a full month. You still have to. Well,
That's half price.
yeah.
Normally a $20
You
value.
you still have to buy
He's
a
playing-
Rana.
He's playing very fast and loose with that term value.
Normally a $20 value. No, normally a $20 cost to you, the consumer. What's this guy's
Anyway.
goal? I'm trying to fill out my spreadsheet. 20 grand.
And they're shipping
$5.
June 18. June 2018.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's.
Have they gone over any of the manufacturing stuff?
I don't know. I've only half reading because I'm still doing this
You're
spreadsheet.
still doing your homework that was
I'm
supposed
still
to.
doing a spreadsheet. It wasn't homework. We didn't know we were doing this.
Well, we never prepare, that's for sure. Where are risks and challenges? Of course, with new ideas come risks. Although there are serious benefits to the operating system, the monthly costs and constant requirements of an internet connection pose interesting challenges. That's not really interesting. We hope to add a local system to Rana that will work without an internet connection for some fundamental operations. So you're gonna have your mainframe in your house for this, okay? As for the monthly cost, we are dedicated to deliver quality support as well as constant hardware upgrades to make this cost worth it. So we're offsetting the need to constantly upgrade your hardware with a cost to constantly upgrade our hardware. That's clever.
Yeah, this guy is trying to trick people into paying for like a server farm or like something in his basement.
He might be an evil genius.
Maybe. Well,
evil anyway. But
I was gonna say genius might be overstating it a bit.
he might be an evil savant.
Maybe not how I would put it, but okay.
He might be an evil something or other.
So
Son of a mother. Okay.
I will ask
gonna say
you
no
the
on this?
$1 million question. Do you think he's gonna get his 20 grand?
Well, he's got 28 days.
Yeah, he's got $5 already, so
He's got 5 from one person.
yeah.
Him or his mom
Him or his mom? I'm
or his girlfriend.
gonna say no.
You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
be
no.
bold and say no. He's not gonna get it.
I'm also going to say no. He's not going to get it, and no, he shouldn't get this. I actually should post this on my favorite subreddit, or one of my favorite subreddits, Shitty Kickstarters, which is actually not where I find most of these.
These are all fresh ones.
I actually had a hard time finding one today. Honestly, it was a pretty good batch of stuff today.
You got a gem
I honestly did pick the worst one, in my opinion, that was on there. There was some.
I can't see them having better ones.
Yeah, like I mean, some of them weren't
Better, worse
weren't
ones, I
half
mean.
bad, but this was by far the one with the biggest problems. There was another one that was an app that I almost picked that one, where it was an app to find a gym.
An app to find a gym.
Yeah, so like you want to start
Hi,
working
Jody.
out. Right.
Jody says hi.
Oh, hi.
I'm actually interacting with her.
That's good. Should say hi to Dave or hi to you or?
She just says hi.
Oh, hello,
I think
Jody.
to both of us.
Oh, hi, Jody. I didn't know which.
Kendall, nope, what?
I don't know. Anyways, so
Sorry,
the
app to find a gym.
There's an app to find a gym. So the idea was like, oh, you want to go and work out in a gym. Like, you know, you're out of shape. You're like, I want to go to a gym.
I'm with you so far.
I need a gym membership.
You're losing me.
And so then you're like, oh, but finding a gym is so much effort. I'm going to download this app, and it will help me find the best gym for me.
Let me Google that for you.
Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of ways to solve this problem that don't involve an app, right? So they're like, you know, people don't like going to gyms and getting hard sales from the people there, and that's fair.
Yep.
That is gross. But I'm going to give anybody who's watching this, all 6 of you currently, and anyone who might watch this later.
Pam says, hey, Siri.
Yeah, right?
Like, there is already an app for that.
Yeah, there is an app. There's Siri. There's Amazon Echo.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexa. I need a gym membership. And then she'll go, I know. I order all your food for you. And your toilet paper.
Toilet paper.
You also need a doctor.
Let me find you a proctologist.
But
then we'll move to the
I'll
gym.
give you advice that was given to me by professional, personal. Why can't I think of the trainers? Thank
There
you.
you go.
I was going with instructor, and I
You're
was
good.
like, it's not instructor. It's something else.
We're
so
not
I,
strong
so I
on
don't
the
know. I know
words.
people who are personal trainers, and they are very qualified. They train bodybuilders generally.
Yep.
But at any rate, the advice they gave me when I was looking for a gym was find the gym closest to you, get a membership there.
Makes sense.
Go to the like
No, logistically, like, yeah, of course you.
it's location. If it is at all inconvenient to go to, you will not go. You will. I have a gym in my basement I haven't been in weeks, months, and I actually like lifting weights.
Yeah. And
Apparently, I don't love it,
just like it.
but I do like it. I have a relationship. We don't say Cortana. Yeah.
Has Cortana done anything?
All it does is try to install crap on my computer, I think.
Cortana, that's that thing that keeps trying to ruin my computer.
Right. Anyway, so Jeremy and
Yeah.
I both think that the Rana computer not going to go, not going to get its money.
Not gonna fly.
Kendall said, I'm assuming his nope was, nope, it's not going to make its money. Anyone
makes
else? If you want to chime in, now's the time to do it. Here on Facebook every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Mountain Time, Bourbon and Zeppelins, facebook.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're glad you found the channel.
We're glad you found it. Please subscribe so
Please
we can
subscribe.
get our URL.
Steal your kids' phones to subscribe.
Make everybody subscribe.
Steal everyone's phone. Subscribe to YouTube. Once we get 100, we can have an actual URL. That'll be great.
Those will be the days.
Cortana's good at installing Bing. That's true. And Edge.
And Cortana's
you-
good at reminding me that my default browser isn't Edge.
Yeah. How come you aren't using Edge all the time,
Hey,
buddy?
it's way faster at these at these benchmarks that Microsoft uses.
Yeah. Anyways, so that's the show. Facebook.com/Bourbon Zeppelin every Wednesday. Yeah, we're, man, still almost 2 hours. Driving me
know,
crazy.
it's-
Instagram.com/Bourbon and Zeppelins. Twitter.com/BNZ Show. Did I miss anything?
YouTube.com/search for Bourbon and Zeppelins.
Bourbon and Zeppelins and subscribe.
And subscribe. I don't even care if you put on the notification bell. We just need a URL.
Yeah, that's
Thanks,
it.
everyone.
If you liked this, like the video, share it with your friends. Do it all that Facebook garbage, right? And,
Do the Facebook stuff.
And let people know that this is something that maybe they might enjoy watching. Or if you're ashamed of the things we've said, don't share it. I don't care. I'm not your mom. Hopefully next week we'll see you then.
Next week.
Yeah, let's, okay.
Sorry,
Thanks, everyone.
things are like really going haywire in my computer right now, and I don't know if we lost the connection.
I don't know.
Okay,
If you
anyways,
can hear this, see ya.
we're done. Bye.